Hello friends, welcome to JavaEE EJP JPA tutorial. Now we are watching the final part of the video, bidirectional one-to-one relation. In this sub-series, we implemented our example with one-to-one relation, but one can easily turn that into a bidirectional one-to-one relation, and we will just look at the technique of how we can do it. So here, if you see, this is our savings account, right? In savings account, we have a relation, and this relation is having the location. So that means from the savings account, you can reach to the location entity. So when we are talking about the entity, savings account, location, containment. But when you think of a DB table, there will be association, right? Savings account, savings AC, location, location table. Savings AC table will have a field called location ID, and that location ID will point to a record in the location table in DB perspective. Here, in entity perspective, it will hold a reference to a loaded location entity or the runtime instance of the location entity. So the runtime instance of a saving account, there will be one runtime entity, right, for savings account, and that one will point to one location. So this is saving account and this is location, one-to-one unidirectional here. Now here we are going to see how to make this as a bidirectional. That means from here, savings account, you can reach location. We are going to see how we can reach location to savings account. So in the location, if you see here, we are using one-to-one, and we use the attribute mappedBy, and we give LOC. LOC is nothing but this one. Here LOC is the reference name, right? We are giving this LOC. Remember, here we are not giving the database column field. Here we are talking about the entities. The entities are loaded and it will be kept in the memory snapshot of heap on the Wildfly middleware, right? So we need to specify the references. So that's why here type location, type is savings account. In entity manager perspective, this is an entity. In the savings account entity, LOC. So that here we say one-to-one and mapped by location. That means in this here we have the type. That means it knows which entity. It knows, in the sense the entity manager knows which entity and which field in that entity. Alright, so that's the mappedBy. So now you need to know the pieces of information. One is one-to-one annotation, cascade type, all. We choose all, but there are specific attributes as well, like persist, like delete, merge, all those stuff. Alright, one-to-one cascade type, then join column. In owning perspective, join column, database column is specified here. So this is the only place we specify which column name that is acting as a join column or foreign key stuff here. Then when we come to the other party, here we doesn't talk about database at all. Here we just say one-to-one. What it is pointing is a savings account entity. Go to saving account entity and look for the reference name LOC. So this savings account is pointed by this LOC. Or the location. The location is having the containment, and map this containment or this location mapped by the LOC here. Alright, next, when you come to the JPA structure, here if you see, we displayed the savings account, LOC, target. Here we are taking the saving account, right? Here saving account is the source and target is location. OneToOne is, now we are taking the saving account, LOC. LOC is tagged with OneToOne. Target is JPA entity. Here we specified join column candidate, right? But when we take the location entity, since it is bidirectional, now the location is acting as a source and target is savings account. Look at what is the target here. It's a location when we talk about, or when we take the saving account entity. So in saving account entity perspective, source is saving account, target is location. From saving account you can reach to the target location. Here in location perspective, location is the source. From this location you can reach to the target, which is a savings account, right? Here, like this join column, we no need to specify. Here in the join strategy we are saying mapped by, and when you expand it you will get other fields also, balance, bname, bid, LOC, all the stuff. Here you have to select a location. So that's all required for bidirectional entity. Now in our JSP file you can traverse in both the direction. That means when you have savings account entity in hand, you can get the city and street, and if you have location entity in hand, you can get the saving account that belongs to this specific location or address. So that way you can traverse in both the direction. So for bidirectional mapping, one-to-one annotation can be mapped with the mappedBy attribute. There you will specify the this is not database column, this is an entity field. So you can specify the entity field name mapped by the entity field name LOC, and LOC is present in a target savings account. So that's how we read it. That's all. There is no demo here. If you want, you can make the change and you can test it. That's all in this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.